guys, welcome to a special recap video of garage sales. If you haven't watched last Wednesday's video, I recommend you go back and watch it. When the video ended, we were at this sale with all of this American Girl doll stuff. Our camera actually died, so we thought it would be fun to do a part 2 and kind of go into greater details since you guys didn't get to see the end of the video and what all we bought. I want to start by saying, if you did watch the video, I'm sure you saw that there were dolls and there were other large accessories that we had no interest in picking up. We just didn't want to deal with the large items. We felt it was so much easier to deal with a small outfit, easier to store, easier to ship. So we started making a pile of the clothing and accessory items only. Yes, we have gone back and we've seen how much some of those dolls sell for, and like the blue bug, but we don't have any regrets for not picking it up. Well, John may have a couple regrets. I don't have any regrets for it. We have a garage full of stuff to be listing, and I feel like clothing's going to be easier to move than dolls and large accessories. I didn't know the extent of the rarity of some of these clothing items until we got them home and started looking them up. But let's go ahead and give a recap so you guys know what we paid, how many items we bought. We did go back to this garage sale 2 times. After we made our big purchase, we left, went to the post office, and then we decided we needed to go back just to make sure that we weren't missing anything. We didn't even look at the used items because all of these items in boxes that you're seeing here are new, which means they are still, the boxes are not sealed themselves, but the accessories and some of the clothing items are still sealed inside the box. So for a total of brand new items, we picked up 58 items for a total of $350. These were all priced at $10 each. So obviously we already got a deal because that would have been $580 and we only paid $350. We did pick up 3 doll beds, even though I know we said we weren't gonna do big items. We did pick up the new doll beds. They were still in their original shipping container. They're brand new. All accessories and bedding is still sealed. We paid $40 each for the beds. So we paid a total of $120. We're estimated to get $560 back on the beds. I didn't say that for these, so we'll go back to that. They are listed on eBay right now, but as it gets closer to 4th quarter or we enter 4th quarter, we may list them locally too to see if we can get them moved. So for these 58 items, you may be able to see some of them kind of have sticky notes on them. It's because we've already gone through all of them and tried to get an estimation for price of what we are going to list it for. So for our $350 investment, we are expecting to get $4,275 back. Of course, that's going to change because as some of these items get listed and sit a little longer, we will be more willing to work with people on the price and go down a little bit. But as it stands right now, we're at $42.75. So
I'm going to interject real quick. That's pre-fees, taxes, and shipping.
Yes, I guess I should clarify that. We are charging shipping on all of these items. None of them will be free shipping, but still, that's pre-fees and everything. That's just a gross total that we're expecting. When we got back, went back to the garage sale the second time, one of the things we did was we actually looked at the used American Girl clothing. We hadn't even looked at it initially. It was under a table in a bin and it was listed at $5 an outfit. I don't think any of them have shoes. It's really just the clothing item, but they're all individually bagged. Though there are some items that came in poly bags that are still sealed. And then it says what they are on the UPC. As I'll show that in right here. So when we went back, I just asked what she would take for all of them. She counted them up. It was 38 items at $5 each. I think that's $190, but she took an even $100 for them. We think that roughly we'll get a gross total of $456. We're actually not looking them up. We looked up a couple, kind of got maybe we'll sell them in that $12 to $15 range. And then we're just gonna kind of push this bag off to the side. This seems like a winter project for the used clothing, something to do when we just don't have a lot else going on. But for the new stuff, we are working hard to get it listed as quickly as possible so that it does have the most opportunity to sell from now until Christmas time. And we actually have already sold our first item from this lot. It is Addie's dress and sewing set. It's a very rare outfit and accessory set. It's only listed 1 to 2 times a month, and it sold for $180. As you can see from the box, it is a 2015 special edition, and the boxes, like that poly bag, all have the UPC on the back, and they also say what they are, if it's related to a specific doll or just a brief overview of what it is. A little research from Google, which usually takes you to an American Girl Wikipedia page, will give you more specific details for each item, such as when it was released, when it was retired, and a list of all the contents, so we can be certain that we are listing them, that they're not missing anything, since the boxes themselves are not sealed. I think I did see 1 or 2 boxes that was sealed. We will be breaking the seal to show the contents inside, because eBay will not side with us if the buyer says something's not included. They will side with the buyer. So we have to show the contents to prove that we are listing and selling what we say we're listing and selling. But I think that was only 1 or 2. All of the other boxes are open. So we have been pulling all of the items out and then making sure we're taking really good pictures of the boxes. I did not know when we were at the sale how expensive some of these doll clothes get. So my initial thought was, well, only a couple people are going to be wanting dolls, but everyone's going to want clothes for their dolls. So we have a higher chance of getting our money back quickly. And then we've looked up some of these clothes, and where we sold this one for $180, this Addie's dress and sewing set, that's actually not even the most expensive that we have listed or that we are going to list, because they're so rare and they get really expensive, and they're all new. So we can't really price based off of a used comp. John's had to dig some research to go back a couple years of sold comps on some of these, because there's none listed and none have sold in the last couple years. So it's kind of a challenge, but we are up for this challenge because, one, we've never really dealt with an American Girl doll lot. So it's really exciting that we get to learn something new from this and always have something that we'll be on the lookout for, even though we probably will never see a collection like this again. We debated making offers on more stuff as well. We just did not want the big furniture, and we did not get all of the clothing, even the new clothing. I really wanted to stick to Girl of the Year, the special editions, just your basic American Girl, and then I think the My American Girl. I didn't want to deal with the itty bitty outfits, and I didn't want to deal with the Truly American Girl, I think is what it was. Just based off of the few that I looked up, I just didn't think that they were worth it. One thing I didn't say is at the $350 for 58, it brings our total cost per item down to like $6 and some change. So we're really happy with that kind of investment. John, did you have anything else you wanted to add, or anything that I may have forgotten?
Well, okay, so I really wish the camera hadn't ran out of battery during the negotiation. Look, I have like a two-face going on here, because the way we didn't negotiate, we bought it in 3 ways. So we bought the stuff that were kind of the non-negotiables that we had to leave with. They were 24 items, and I had tried to do 14 of them at the 10, because they were like the bigger boxes, and then I separated the other 10, or no, I'd done 14 at the 10, and then I separated the 10 other boxes that were kind of smaller and asked if we could do $5 a piece. And this was kind of before I had thought to do the whole big purchase, and we agreed on that for like $195, I think. And then Rebecca had thrown in the cow and the fireplace because, well, we didn't bring that much cash with us. Maybe if it was our first garage sale, but we had a really good day around, so so then while I was getting cash, she had mentioned that she added a couple things, which was the fire pit and the cow. And then I said, let's just put a bunch more together in a stack, and I think it was 35. I may be off by one somewhere. It was 35. It was like 17 in one stack and 18 in another stack. And then I asked if we could just do $350 for everything. So I'm not exactly sure what that math brings it to, but it brought it all the way down to $6.06, I think, per piece. And then the third time we went back, we bought the used outfits, and then we also bought the 3 beds. The only reason we bought the beds is we just have to tape it up, put a shipping label on it, and send it on its way. Some of the other big stuff that you saw in the video, if you watched it, if you didn't, go back and watch it, was
not new. It was used.
Yeah, a lot of it was used.
No packing material.
But there was like a VW Bug. There's 2 listed at like $400, but there are no solds, and it looks to be an incredibly difficult ship. There were other kind of dolls and stuff. We did, as you see, pass. There were 3 brand new dolls in the back of the garage. We did pass on them. If you watch the video, you'll hear me say, here's our competition. We end up at a lot of garage sales, a lot of great garage sales with them a lot of the time. So it's interesting to see what they gravitate towards and what they don't. They gravitated towards the 3 dolls, and then kind of let us. We were already like halfway through going through everything by the time they realized what we were doing. Yes, the dolls, one of them has a crazy comp of like 500, but it's okay. It's okay.
They were also more expensive. The dolls were $65 each, which I'm sure someone's watching this video going, oh my gosh, I can't believe you didn't buy them at $65 each. But we can make that money off of only selling 2 or 3 of these outfits because of how rare some of them are. And then our cost for them is significantly less. So that's what we were looking at. That's what was important for us at that garage sale, is thinking about how easy it is to ship, how easy it is to store if it doesn't sell right away. And just, I think that clothing is so much more fun to list. I've had a really great time opening these boxes and seeing all of the contents inside, because I did have an American Girl doll when I was younger. I did not have this many accessories. I think this is crazy that they had this much stuff unopened. And they didn't even get rid of all of their doll stuff. The lady was telling me that she just can't part with like 13 or 18 dolls still that she still has. And that just blows my mind.
When she means lady, there were 2 kids, 2 kids and the adult. They had just as much stuff as a store would have.
Yeah, it was crazy. But we are really excited, and now we are learning some new things to look out for. I had absolutely no idea that some of these outfits are going to sell for, I don't know, I guess I thought they would sell in the like $30 to $50 range, $50 being the absolute highest. So to automatically sell one at $180 and have one listed right now as high as $275 absolutely shocks me and blows my mind. And I'm so excited to see how these sales are going to go. I think the American Girl will get its own tab in an Excel spreadsheet, and we are going to track its sales so we can see where they go and how fast they go, maybe. I have a feeling we'll be done with it by Christmas. Maybe not, but I have a feeling we'll be done with it by Christmas. We'll have it all listed, though, within the next week. This is taking top priority so that we can get it listed, get it boxed up, put it on our shelf, and be done with it.
So this is our recap for our garage sale video that came out the previous week. I think it's titled something like American Girl Jamboree or something to that effect. If you haven't seen it, please go back and watch it. It is pretty comical, just the amount of stuff. that was at the garage sale, still on the tables at like 11:15 when we walked up.
Definitely see how overwhelmed we are. We have absolutely like no idea where to even start. I gravitated towards books immediately.
Ooh.
John was thrilled with the free box. I think you could even hear him like
squeal.
Really giddy about
you
it.
probably saw me try to purchase an item that was not for sale. It was in the garage, and I didn't buy it, but you know, bummed.
But yeah, we were definitely overwhelmed, out of our wheelhouse on this one. But we're so excited. Go back and watch that video if you haven't watched it. Check out our eBay store because these are all going to be listed. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, you don't have to give it a thumbs down or even leave a negative comment because we don't take negativity. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week.